Shalom, Akims. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. We'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elects. Shalom. Welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is on Amos chapter 5, verse 18. It's going to be a short lesson today. It's not going to be too much of a long lesson. We have a few precepts here pertaining to this verse. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? For what end is it to you? You got a lot of wacky-tacky Christians. They be talking about they be glad when Jesus get here. They be glad when Jesus get here. But the fact of the matter is, there's no Jesus coming. Yahushua is coming. The only Jesus that's coming across the sky is Project Bluebeam, where the U.S. government and the top echelon, top elites, they're going to use a giant hologram, king-size 3D Jesus that they're going to project across the sky to try to fool people and to make people think that that's Jesus coming to save you. And they're going to be using tractor beams. They're going to be actually lifting people up off the ground, okay, and up into orbit. There's no air up there. The people are going to crystallize and bust into pieces, but they think they're going to be saved. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Let's see. That the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Because that's what it is. It's darkness. It's not light. The only light is going to be the thermonuclear bombs blowing up, the thermonuclear lasers, and the brightness of the chariots. You see, that's what's going to be, bright light. You see, we got a number of precepts right here, for that particular verse. We got desire, all these precepts for desire. The day of the Lord is. We got precepts for that. Okay, and so we're going to go straight off into it. It's not going to be too much of a long video. Starting it off with desire. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 19. That say, let him make speed and haste his work, that we may see it, and let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come. You see, because it's the kingdom that we're looking forward to. The government of the kingdom of heaven being set up by Yahushua. We're looking forward to it. That we may know it. You see, and when the time comes, they're going to know it. Everybody's going to know all over the world. You see, once this Edomite kingdom is shut down. Isaiah chapter 28, verse 15. Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death and with hell. Are we at agreement when the overflowing scourge shall pass through? Well, the fact of the matter is, the covenant of death that has been made by the Esau is Edom. Made a covenant of death with the Lord, you see. And then the Lord is going to come is going to come seeking to destroy this Edomite kingdom, you see. It shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And that's what the Edomites have done. They've hid themselves under many lies. The higher-ups, the echelon, the world leaders, the world bankers, they've hid themselves under many lies. But all that is about to be exposed. More and more it's being exposed. Verse 16, therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, Yahushua, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. You see, we shall speedily, worship who? Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 17, judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies. The hail, what hail? The hail stone that's going to be coming down with the ICBM missiles. You see, when all that go to raining down, all that's going to be hail that's going to wash away all the lies, and it's going to take away the haughtiness and mean-spiritedness off the people, and the arrogancy. It's going to remove all that off of the people's faces. And the waters shall overflow the hiding places. You see? All the hiding places is going to be overflowed. You see, verse 18. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. You see? All the strongholds of all that is coming down. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through. You see? When it shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Because the Lord, when he comes, he's not coming to play. He's not coming to play. Woe unto you who wait on the day of the Lord. Verse 19. From the time that it goeth forth, it shall take you. And for morning by Salaki. Morning by morning shall it pass over, by day and by night, and it shall be a vexation only to understand the report. You see? When the Lord come through. Verse 20. For the bed is shorter than that a man can stretch himself on it. You see? And the covering narrow than that he can wrap himself in it. You see? You see? Verse 21. For the Lord shall rise up as in Mount Perazim. He shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. You see? You see? Verse 22. Now therefore be ye not mockers, lest your bands be made strong. You see? Against you. You see? And be made strong against you. For I have heard from the Lord God of hosts a consumption, even determined upon the whole earth, because the Lord is coming. When he comes, he's coming to devastate and to destroy. He's not coming to be no namby-pamby. Luke chapter 12, verse 49. I come not to bring peace upon the earth. I come to bring fire. But what would I if it already be kindled? You see, when the Lord comes, he's coming to devastate and to destroy, and to bring down all the strongholds of all the governments and all the militaries, all the armies, destroying them all. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 15. Behold, they say unto me, where is the word of the Lord? Let it come now. You see, because the word of the Lord is coming. Yahushua. Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 22. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel? It's saying, Their days are prolonged, and every vision faileth, because it is vanity. It is all our vanity, all that everyone does. Because when the day of the Lord comes, anything that you think that you have that can stand against the Lord, it will not stand. And all that you heaped up against, the Lord shall not stand. You can only fall down to your face and worship Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. We're going to take this time also to remind you to press the like button. Go ahead and press the like button, and that helps out for the algorithms of this YouTube channel. And also press the subscription button. Go ahead and press the subscription button if you haven't already. Press the subscription button and the notification bell. That helps out for the algorithms of this YouTube channel, and also alerts you and lets you know, gives you special notification alerts as to each time when I release a new video for your spiritual edification. Okay, this is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 27. Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. And he prophesieth of the times that are far off. You see, remember, the things that were written in ancient days were written for our learning for today. That's why the things that it seemed like for them at that time was far off, because they was writing the future. You see, they was writing the future. You see, Malachi chapter 3, verse 1, behold, I will send my messenger, and he shall prepare the way before me. And the Lord, whom ye seek, shall suddenly come to his temple, even the messenger of the covenant, whom ye delight in. Behold, he shall come, saith the Lord of hosts. He shall. The great messenger that came for us was Evan Bivens, Elijah, because it was foretold for him to come. Malachi chapter 4, verse 4, verse 5. Okay, before the grateful day, the great and dreadful day of the Lord. Malachi chapter 3, verse 2. But who may abide the day of his coming? And who shall stand when he appeareth? For he is like a refiner's fire, and like fuller's soap. You see, when the Lord comes, because he's coming to, when he comes, okay, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 11. The Lord shall threaten, and who should be but beaten down to powder in his presence? When he's coming, no one and nothing is going to stand. Only he is going to be exalted in that day. You see, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 4. And saying, where is the promise of his coming? Because you got a lot of people that's slacking off, and they're slothers, and they're scoffers, and they don't believe in the Lord's coming. They don't. They don't believe that he's gonna come in their time and day and age. So they don't even care. And it is shows in the way that they live. For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. You see? You see? No matter what. Now, this is the day of the Lord is. These are the precepts concerning that. Starting off, Isaiah chapter 5, verse 30. And in that day they shall roar against them like the roaring of the sea. And if one look unto the land, behold, darkness and sorrow, and the light is darkened in the heavens. You see, because when those thermonuclear bombs come down and they get to exploding, it's going to be a whole lot of light that's going to shadow out the light of the sun. Because that thermite that's inside of the thermonuclear bombs, once that go off, is very, very bright, and it's going to cause temporary blindness for a lot of people thereof. You see? Isaiah chapter 9, verse 19. Though the wrath of the Lord of hosts is the land darkened. You see? Darkened. And the people shall be as the fuel. You see? The meat for the fire. They should be as the fuel of the fire. You see? It's going to be burnt up. It's going to be straight burnt up. No man shall spare his brother. You see, in that day, it's going to be neighbor against neighbor, brother against brother, family against family, friend against friend, in that day of the Lord. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. You know, what wine is that? That wine is this truth, this knowledge, this wisdom. That's what it's a cry for. All joy is darkened. You see, the mirth of the land is gone. It's gone. Because once the time comes, once a society shuts down, and the people are no longer distracted by all the different many things that they're distracted by, their job, their family, their friends, co-workers, neighbors, all these different things, you know, the different duties unto the family and all these different things. Once all these things shut down, then there's not going to be any mirth. People are not going to be happy. They're going to be saddened. You see? They're going to be saddened. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 12. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Because they're just like right now, over in Hawaii, over in Maui. All of Maui is burnt up. Burnt up. Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And you got many different people dead, bodies here and there, burnt up. People who drowned because they jumped into the ocean, the Pacific Ocean, because there was so much fire and so much heat. They had to go and run and jump into the ocean. You see? All these many different things that are going on. Desolation. All the way up to people's homes. They lost their homes. You see? The gates were smitten. They lost their homes. Everything. Everything. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, you see? For the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's troubles. You see, that's what it is. It's Jacob's troubles, the hour of darkness. But he shall be saved out of it. Who's he? Jacob. The remnant, the 144,000, and the multitudes of those that Yahweh has chosen to be saved. The multitude, the Gentile foreigners, you see. They shall be saved. Joel chapter 1, verse 15. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and as a destruction from the Almighty shall it come. But that's what it's going to be, both cruel with wrath and vengeance, thus saith the Lord. Cometh he, with like a swirling fire, with his chariots. You see? He's coming to devastate. He's coming to destroy. Joel chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, the sound and alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. And it is. It's coming. And there's no way to stop it, because the Lord has been sitting there on the throne, waiting for the past 2.5 days, a couple of 1,000 years. He's been waiting for his chance to get his vengeance, and he shall get his vengeance. Joel chapter 2, verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong there hath not been ever. The like neither shall be any more after it. You see? Because what's coming is a great devastation, the wrath of the Lord. He's going to levy out all his anger and indignation. You see? You see? So it's much devastation coming before the people, even to the years of many generations. You see? Even to the years of many generations, all of this. You see, and many generations have passed. We're in the end times now. Now all the prophecies are playing out. You see, they're all playing out. Joel chapter 2, verse 10. The earth shall quake before them. You see, and that's going to be when the ICBM missiles, when they coming down, exploding here and there everywhere, they're going to be causing much devastation upon the land. You see, and you see, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. See, all these things are going to happen when the Lord comes. He's coming to devastate. You see? He's coming to devastate. There's no doubt about it. Let's do something right quick. Just want to try something. Alright, I just wanted to make sure that this joker was still doing like it's supposed to. Okay. Joel chapter 2, verse 31. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. You see, because when he comes, it's going to be so much disaster, mayhem, destruction. All the different things are going to play out. And it's not going to be any way that anybody's going to be able to stop any of this. Because it's the day of the Lord. Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hastened greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there utterly, bitterly. You see? When that time comes. Because there's nothing that anybody can do. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord cometh. You see? Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. It's the day of the Lord, of all our destruction upon the planet Earth. You see? Upon the inhabitants of the planet Earth. You see? Malachi chapter 4, verse 1. For behold, the day cometh, that shall burn as an oven. You see? You see, we're going through the furnace of adversities now, but everybody's going to be going through it later in the end all at once. All of the calamities on top of calamities inside of calamities. They're going to be hit with all of it. All of it. All of it. And all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. That means they're going to be burnt up. All out, burnt up. And the day that cometh shall burn them up. You see, Isaiah chapter 47, verse 17. And they shall not be able to escape the fire. They shall be gathered up and burnt like stubble, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. You see? Total desolation. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. That's when those ICBM missiles be exploding, and the elements shall melt away. Fervent heat. You see, with fervent heat, that's when those missiles go off. The earth also and the works there are therein shall be burnt up. You see? You see? So we're gonna, Lord's willing, you was edified. We're gonna go ahead and end the video off there. Lord's willing, you was edified by today's lesson. Okay? And hopefully you were provoked to thought. Okay? And hopefully you seen some precepts in this video that you can use to help you to put together a video so that you can help feed the sheep. Because remember, that's one of the most important things that Yahweh Shai said for Peter to do. Feed my sheep. If you love me, feed my sheep. You see? So we, as good shepherds of the Lord, we must provide good grazing ground for the sheep to graze. Okay? And so we'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elects. Shalom to the hopeful elects.